This lesson is from the 8th grade Houghton Mifflin English book. It is on complex sentences and it coordinates with pages 57 to 60 in the student textbook. An independent clause can stand alone. It is a sentence. For example, scientists continue to explore space. It stands alone, that's a sentence, it's independent. A subordinate clause cannot stand alone. It leaves you hanging. So that all people can benefit from new discoveries. You need more to finish that sentence. It cannot stand alone, so it's a subordinate clause. A subordinate clause has a subject and a predicate and often begins with a subordinating conjunction. Some examples of subordinating conjunctions: after, although, as if, as long as though, because, before, if, since, so that, then, unless, until, when, whenever, where, whereas, wherever, while. A sentence with one or more subordinate clauses and an independent clause is a complex sentence. Scientists continue to explore space so that all people can benefit from new discoveries. So if we look at this, the independent clause is scientists continue to explore space. The subordinate clause is so that all people can benefit from new discoveries. If I took off so that all people can benefit from discoveries is a sentence. That subordinating conjunction makes it a subordinate clause. So let's try some more. All right, ignore this down here. We're just going to look at them together. Some kinds of trees produce rings every year, whereas other kinds of trees don't. Some kinds of trees produce rings every year is a sentence. Whereas other kinds of trees don't, cannot stand alone. It has a subordinate conjunction, and therefore this is complex. Number 2. Because some trees do not produce rings annually, their age cannot be determined exactly. Their age cannot be determined exactly is an independent clause. It's a sentence by itself. Because some trees do not produce rings annually, that leaves you hanging. So again, this is complex. Number 3, although no one has counted more than 3,200 rings on a tree, some trees may be even older. Some trees may be even older is a sentence. Although no one has counted more than 3,200 rings on a tree, cannot stand alone. Therefore, this is complex. Number 4, the largest trees in the world are in California. That is just a sentence by itself, so that is simple. Number 5, these trees are nearly 300 feet tall and 35 feet in diameter. Well, I have a conjunction of and. However, 35 feet in diameter is not a sentence, so therefore this is just a simple sentence. Number 6, the fruit of some trees is hard and dry, but the fruit of others is soft and fleshy. Well, if I put my finger on and, the fruit of some trees is hard, but dry, but the fruit, that doesn't make sense. But if I put my finger on but, the fruit of some trees is hard and dry, the fruit of others is soft and fleshy. Both of those sentences make sense, so this is compound. And number 7, some fruit weighs as much as 40 pounds, that's a sentence, while other fruit weighs less than an ounce, leaves you hanging, therefore this is complex. Now just real quick, we're going to go through and circle our conjunctions just to show why it is what it is. So for the compound sentences, and, but, and, or are going to be your conjunctions, coordinating conjunctions. There's more, but that's the ones we're going to use. For complex, you have subordinating conjunctions. Whereas, because, although, and while.